Hello there and welcome back. So in the previous video I have told you that each and every image that we import to our project is actually treated as a fill. And the proof of that is this image right here. So as you can see in this fill section of our design panel, we can see that the actual fill is our image, right? So we can open that up and click that. And as you can see now, we are going to see here a couple of different options. So as you can see here, the option that is first selected within this drop down is the image, because this is the actual image that we have imported, right? We can of course change that to a solid, for example, and this image will just turn into a simple shape. So that's how it works. And of course we can just go back and select the image. There we go. So now that image will be back right here. So each image is basically treated as a simple vector. Next here we have an option which is called blend mode. So this blend mode is often used with some other colors in our canvas. So for example, now I'm not going to use this blend mode on our image. Instead I'm going to create here a new shape by using the rectangle tool. And then on top of that rectangle, I'm going to use this actual blend mode, right? So now if I click this blend mode on this rectangle, which is colored in red, then if I select, for example, this darken option, you will see that now our actual rectangle has changed its blend mode, and it's reflected directly on those layers that are below it or behind it, which is in this case, of course, our wallpaper. And of course, you can experiment with those actual effects to see how will they actually look like with all the layers behind that red rectangle on top of which we are using this actual blend mode. There you go. I'm going to remove that right now. Let's open up this fill once again. So next we have this fill drop down. So we have 4 different fill options. So fill, fit, crop and tile. Now this first fill will basically position and scale this image so that it takes up the entire object it's applied to. And if the image and the object are different shapes, then we may clip the image as well. And this fill option will ensure that the actual shape or this rectangular area in which we have placed this image will always be completely filled with the image. So if we try to scale this image, as you can see, we may not see the whole image, but that image will actually be visible within the whole rectangular shape, which I am now resizing, right? So that's how it works. The next one is a fit. So fit ensures that the entire image is visible within the object itself. And this will ensure that no part of the image is hidden, even if you resize the object. And depending on the shape of the object, the image may not completely fill the object. So for example, now with this fit, if I try to resize this rectangular shape object, then our image will not crop, or it will not disappear, it will stay visible as a whole image within this object that we are resizing, right? So that's how this fit option actually works. Okay. The third one is called crop. So basically crop allows you to adjust the boundary lines of your image, and with that you can control which part of the image you can see. So as you can see now, around those a rectangular shape, we have those boundaries, which we can of course resize and decide which part of the image we want to crop and leave visible within our rectangle or our object. So as you can see here, I can also move this image and I can resize and say which part of this image I want to leave visible. For example, this one. Now I can just press enter. There we go. That's what kind of a result we're going to get now. And of course now we can select this whole image object, and we can even apply here a radius as well. There we go. So that's how it works actually. We can do all different kind of things within this design panel as well. Let's now undo all of that. There you go, a couple of different times. And finally we have this tile option. So a tile will create the repeated pattern of the original image, which will fill the entire object. So you can adjust the size of this tile by using this percentage value in the center. And now, as you can see, I can just decrease this a percentage value, and we will see multiple different copies of this image, or we can just increase that value even more. So that's how this actually works. Okay, now let's just go back to the fill. Perfect. And finally, of course, we have this rotation option, so we can rotate our actual image within this rectangle, right? So at the moment we are not rotating our actual object or our rectangle, we are now rotating just the image. And if you want to rotate the actual rectangular object, then you need to get out of this actual fill mode, and then select this wallpaper, and then rotate by just specifying here the degree value. For example, a 90 degree, there we go. And now you will be able to rotate the whole rectangular shape. Okay. So now you have seen a couple of different examples that we can choose with this fill category of our design panel. And in the next videos, we are going to explore a couple of different options related to this image tool as well. But for this video, that will be all.